The drama surrounding Coco Gauff's triumphant return to the WTA circuit in Perth has stunned the tennis world and silenced critics in a way few athletes ever manage. After a 2025 season marked by intense scrutiny, skepticism, and vocal criticism from every corner of the tennis community, Gauff walked onto the court in Perth and delivered a performance that was nothing short of electric. She didn't just win, she dominated, demolishing Salana Sierra 6-1, 6-1 in just 57 minutes, leaving spectators, analysts, and even her harshest detractors reeling. Every point, every serve, every explosive forehand seemed to announce her presence as if the court itself recognized her as a force to be reckoned with. The doubters who once questioned her serve, forehand, or mental toughness were suddenly scrambling to retract their comments, delete tweets, and reconcile with a reality they had refused to accept. Coco Gauff is not just talented, she is unstoppable when she's in the zone. What made this performance particularly remarkable was not just the scoreline, but the context behind it. 2025 had been a roller coaster of highs and lows for the young champion. After securing her second Grand Slam title of the French Open, she faced a barrage of criticism for early exits in Wimbledon and the WTA finals. Analysts dissected every misstep, and social media was awash with comments about inconsistency, flaws in her serve, and perceived limitations in her mental game. For a player of Gauff's caliber, who had proven herself repeatedly on the world stage, the intensity of this scrutiny could have been suffocating. Yet, rather than crumble under the weight of expectation and criticism, Gauff used it as fuel, channeling every negative word into a laser-focused determination that was fully on display in Perth. The United Cup match against Argentina began under tense circumstances. Team USA had already fallen behind after Taylor Fritz was stunned by Sebastian Baez in a shocking 4-6, 7-5, 6-4 loss, and all eyes turned to the 20-year-old phenom making her season debut. The stakes were enormous. If Gauff faltered, the defending champions faced serious jeopardy. Adding to the tension, Gauff had not competed in a match for 2 months, while her opponent had already been on the court the day before and was in match rhythm. The tennis world was ready to pounce on any sign of weakness. Yet, from the first point, it was clear that Gauff was operating on a different level. She attacked with precision, broke her opponent's serve immediately, and quickly raced to a 5-0 lead. Even after a brief lapse where she hit 2 double faults, Gauff recovered instantly, winning 4 consecutive points to close the set 6-1. In just 30 minutes, she had limited Sierra to a mere 7 points on her serve, delivering a masterclass in dominance, strategy, and mental fortitude. Observers were left speechless, realizing that Gauff had taken every criticism from the previous season, transformed it into motivation, and then obliterated every expectation in a performance that radiated confidence, focus, and sheer athletic brilliance. But what makes Gauff truly exceptional is not just her ability to perform under pressure in singles. Later that same day, she teamed up with Christian Harrison for the mixed doubles match, knowing that the team's fate rested on their shoulders. The duo faced Argentina's Maria Lord and Guido Andrizzi, and in just 63 minutes, Gauff and Harrison dispatched their opponents 6-4, 6-1. 2 matches, 2 dominant wins, all points for Team USA, delivered by a single player who had just silenced a season's worth of criticism. This level of performance is rare, even among the elite. Gauff's serve, once widely criticized for inconsistency, was firing with pinpoint accuracy. Her movement across the court was impeccable, her shot selection flawless, and her mental resilience unbreakable. Every element of her game that had been questioned the previous year was now being displayed at peak efficiency, leaving no room for doubt. The Perth crowd erupted with admiration, and social media lit up with praise as analysts and fans alike marveled at the sheer dominance of her debut performance in 2026. The significance of this day goes beyond the immediate victories. Throughout 2025, critics had repeatedly predicted Gauff's downfall, questioning whether she could sustain consistency, whether her forehand could withstand pressure, and whether she could truly perform when it mattered most. Each doubter had a narrative prepared, a critique to enforce, but Gauff turned every argument against her into an opportunity to demonstrate her growth. She had invested in herself over the off-season, working with biomechanics specialist Gavin McMillan to refine her serve, addressing the very weaknesses that had been exploited by opponents and commentators alike. The results were undeniable. From the commanding first serve to the calculated aggression on every rally, Gauff's performance was a culmination of meticulous preparation, self-belief, and relentless work ethic. It was a reminder that true champions are not defined by the criticisms thrown at them, but by how they respond to adversity and rise above the noise. Beyond the statistics and the scores, what resonates most about Gauff's performance is her mindset. After the matches, She did not gloat or call out her critics. Instead, she expressed humility and an unrelenting desire to improve, a rare trait among athletes who have reached the pinnacle of their sport at such a young age. Even after a near-perfect day, she maintained a focus on growth, signaling to the world that this is only the beginning of what promises to be a remarkable season. Her teammates, including Harrison, were visibly in awe, recognizing not just her talent, but her dedication, poise, and ability to carry a team under pressure. Fans and commentators now face the undeniable truth. Coco Gauff is not merely a young star on the rise. She is a dominant force in women's tennis, a two-time Grand Slam champion, and a player who thrives in the crucible of high stakes, pressure, and expectation. Coco's statement in Perth serves as a warning to the entire WTA circuit. Doubt her at your peril. This performance, combining precision, aggression, and mental toughness, sets the tone for a 2026 season that promises to redefine her legacy. She has silenced the haters, reclaimed her narrative, and reminded the tennis world why she is considered one of the most unstoppable forces in the sport. Every serve, forehand, and strategic maneuver in that 57-minute demolition was a declaration of intent, a message to competitors and critics alike that she is ready to dominate, evolve, and conquer at the highest level. If you were inspired by Coco Gauff's relentless performance, if you want to witness more of her historic journey, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Tell us in the comments how far you think Coco will go in the 2026 season. Will she reclaim her top spot, win another Grand Slam, and cement herself as one of the greatest of her generation? This is only the beginning, and the world is watching every electrifying moment of Coco Gauff's rise.